Hello, welcome to Tabloid Talk, brought to you by Tabloid TV. I am Mohammed Ismail, a show where we unpack the important stuff. Thank you for watching. Like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below and the bell icon to ensure that you get a notification every time a new video is added. South Africa is not short of entertainment or entertainers. However, we might not be aware of the struggle that local entertainers faced and the lack of international artists coming to our shores in the past. We speak to someone today who has been at the forefront of getting a platform for local entertainers through her work on and off stage. She is best known for hosting her own award-winning concepts within the platform of live events in South Africa. From there, she launched her own biopic movie, Never Give Up, based on her book of the same name. The movie on her life and times premiered in India in 2018. It told the story of her rise to fame in the industry as well as her fight along with her husband to have international artists perform and teach music in South Africa. Today we chat to Pinky Mothie, who has revolutionized the entertainment industry in South Africa. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Tabloid Talk with me, Mohammed Ismail. Today we chat to a woman who has made her mark in the entertainment industry. She revolutionized the platform with her unique style and concept. With more than 50 years, 52 to be precise, in the entertainment industry, Pinky Mothie remains an icon in her field, influential both on and off stage. Pinky Mothie, welcome. Thank you very much for coming to Tabloid Talk today.
Thank you very much, Mohammed.
It's a pleasure having you.
I'm very happy that you two are being here and giving me this opportunity. Well, I've been a fan of Tabloid for years now, and I'm not surprised to be sitting here today.
We're also revolutionizing media with our studios and our Tabloid Talk. And
yeah, I can see.
To the next level.
100%. I know Rishad is a go-getter. I'm really proud. I've always listened to your conversations on social media, and I actually really enjoy it, you know.
Thank you, but this show is about you today.
I know. Okay, coming back to my journey.
Yeah. It's certainly been a long journey for you, more than half a century, 50 years and more.
Yeah.
It's like living and breathing entertainment, waking up, sleeping, eating, drinking. What's it been like for you?
Well, I must say, you know what, Mohammed, if you have a passion for something, you'll do justice to it and you'll enjoy doing it. So that's how it is for me. My journey was a very long one. 52 years is a long time. I must thank God for keeping me strong, healthy, and going ahead with all the entertainment and promoting our local and South African artists. I enjoy doing it, really.
Entertainment industry in South Africa, you know, it's still very challenging from my vantage point when you see the youngsters coming through the levels and trying to get on stage and you know, becoming entertainers. What's it like in the early days when you compare the early days to what's happening now? Are local artists getting the recognition that they deserve? I
love that question of yours. Well, you know, being so many years in entertainment, when I started off, it was, well, for me, it was all about South African artists. And when I started in those days, it was promoting little kids, and then with youths, and then the pageants, and there was so much, and exposing their talents to everyone. You know, well, if you're talking about those days and now, with the modern technology, the current generation, the singers, the dancers, the performers, you know, I've worked with thousands of them for so many years. And the ones that are in the entertainment industry today, they are benefiting. I could see it, because those days we used to have, I always talk about it to people that I meet. I said, you know what, even my son Rajiv, he is more on the modern technology with social media and what have you. My days, it used to be very difficult. And I remember coming to these very same offers, coming with my, you know, my write-up, my stories, my advertising, sitting with your marketing, you know, the guys who do your marketing. It's a very difficult process. But today, we are recognized all over the world. Although we're doing it from South Africa, everybody knows what we are doing. We're getting more recognition. So are the entertainers. We do, at the moment, we are doing the awards. I've done with pageants and talent search and what have you, and a lot of people have taken over. They're doing that now. So when I noticed the market is overrated, I got into something else at the moment.
But stage production and doing those awards and those kind of shows, not the only thing that you do. The Youth and Development Project, where you develop internal talent, the South African Star Academy, one of those things. And you're also part of the Women's Cultural Organization, so you're very sort of multi-talented in that field. So you're developing people all the time. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, well, that's my job. I believe God has brought me here, and got me into this industry for a purpose. And fortunately for me, I'm happy doing what I'm doing. It's a pleasure for me to see these artists, getting up right on the top. There are so many of them who made their debut on my platform. I'm talking about, star entertainers and singers like Priya Singh, Ramesha Sen, who's late now, Hussein Wali. They all started on our platform. And lots of them are great entertainers. And now the ones that we are marketing and taking the talents to a different level, I know they're going to be the future stars of South Africa. So that's what my job is. So I leave it. I think, God has given me the strength to promote our South African artists.
It just brings me to another question. The youth, the youngsters, are they still looking at entertainment or live or sort of stage entertainment, becoming singers, and that as a career? Or is it that sort of slowly dying?
And not really, Mohammed. With my past experience, those days the children used to be brought with the parents, even the youths, and the parents used to be sort of pushing them into it with my help. But these days, you are right in a way where the youths of today are not so interested in it. However, the few that are interested, they are making it big time. With modern technology again, the youths are enjoying, and we sort of promote these things for the youths to get involved, where they're enjoying doing what they're doing. But it is getting there. The youths are paying attention now, and they're getting involved in our culture.
But I don't think also there's enough happening in the schools, because drama classes, arts and culture, in the old days we used to have a lot of that happening in the schools. There's no drive at the moment.
So true. Yeah. Those days, we used to have, I myself used to, with Rajiv's assistant, we used to go to schools and promote shows for them, promoting the kids. But now, how South Africa is gone. There's a lot of, with this COVID, it's even worse. But even before COVID, the schools were doing their own things. I mean, I appreciate what they are doing to promote the children, but there's not much interest, so sadly, like how it used to be in those days. Now it's like you have to force them. We have to force them to get a passion for music and entertainment.
But you have a rich history behind you. The memoir of Pinky Mothie, that movie debuted in India, I think, in a few years ago, 2018, somewhere around there.
Yes.
That must have been a defining moment with you in your career. Tell us a little bit more about that movie, its development, and what it told people.
The memoir of Pinky Mothie, in fact, it's called Never Give Up. The Never Give Up.
There was
movie,
a book, it's based on the book.
I've got a book written already, and the movie all ready to launch. But it was supposed to be launched in South Africa in March. But due to lockdown, we postponing it until everything is back to normal. And but most of the actors, the crew, the directors, the producers, all the way from India. They flew down to South Africa, and the whole movie was shot in South Africa. And it was a very, very, it's an iconic global movie. If you sit and watch it, you'll cry. It's quite sad. It's my personal life story from the time I was a little girl. My mom died, I was only 4 years old. And until where I am today, how I reached there. The trial, the tribulations, the struggle that I had, losing my husband at the age of 37, picked up the pieces, walked along solitarily, but keeping the kids with me. It's a very sad story. And when we, as I say, the lady who played Pinky Mothie was one of the actresses from India. And Mothie himself was played by Rajiv, who was disguised as his father. And then we had my brother, who was also an India role player. So the entire cast, the camera crew, and everybody was from India. And it was a very successful movie. And I know you're waiting for the launch. I was there for the launch myself. It was packed. It was in the cinema, packed to capacity. Everybody enjoyed it. And I put it on social media for a little, but I didn't want to expose it too much because we're waiting for the South African launch.
When is the South African launch happening?
As I say, we were all prepared to do it in March.
Yeah.
There comes lockdown and we had to, now we're waiting for, things to come up again. You know our struggle, in South Africa
No sort of time indication or what we can expect?
As soon as
January,
the lockdown is over.
Okay.
But look at it, today we get a message, it's going to be going up again. So it's difficult to say, but we are ready to launch.
Let's hope that launch happens very soon.
I hope so. We are ready for it.
Thank you very much for watching this segment. We're going to be right back, but not before we show you a clip of the movie we were talking about earlier. Stay tuned. I'm Mohammed Ismail, and this is Tabloid Talk.
समय अजनबी हो ऐसी न देखी ये रातें कभी
He's got a great vision. He has lots of dreams.
What daughter who does this to her family? I bring her up like a mother, a father, and this is the thanks she gives me.
Growing up for you hasn't really been easy.
Yeah,
and losing your mom at an early age and doing things. What was the glue that kept you together, the motivation that drove you to get you to where you were and where you are today, and developing this whole industry of entertainment around you? What kept you together?
I was expecting that question. Well, I came from a very religious background, the Divine Life Society, and my father was a lead musician, and we were the singers in that group of promoting our South African from that time, but more on the religious point of view. But as time went on, when I got married, that's where I would say I changed a bit and I got more into the Bollywood. Reason being, my late husband was a show promoter. He was organizing all the big events, Sari Queen, band contest, and all that kind of. And then I automatically, when you marry somebody with that wing, you automatically join them. And I realized that one day I'm going to be doing this on my own, and
that's why I say you revolutionized entertainment.
100%. And I didn't expect him to leave us so soon. But with the years we worked together, and that's where I must thank the late Pinky Mothie for me doing what I'm doing now. He got me into entertainment and show business. And I thought, okay, when he passed on, that this is going to be, the last. But then I remembered his last words. He was 14 days in coma. And his last few words, he said, you know what, please keep the entertainment going. And I really want India and South Africa to be, that was his interest, that was his, and I did that. I kept to his promise. I promised him, don't worry. I consoled him. I said, don't worry, it will happen, it will happen. But I remember my promises to him. And I made sure, with a lot of hard work and whatever I had to do, but I made sure I get this movie going and involved South Africa and India together.
Lovely. Entertainment was not your first career choice.
No, not really. My dad, in fact, that's why even the movie you see it, he was dead against the marriage because he had big plans for me. He really wanted me to become a lawyer, but I believe in fate.
Yes.
Because I think it was my fate, to get married to he was a hairdresser, owning 2 or 3 different hair and beauty salons, and he was a businessman. Once I got married to him, I would say proposed when I met him. All the academic things with being a doctor and all that, you know, it's just naturally vanished, and I got into entertainment because of Mothie.
Wow. 50 years and 1 million people later, and 1 million people who watched your shows.
That's true.
Who know you. So 1 million people know you, okay? No doubt about that. You still have the drive. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at you and I'm saying, here's an icon who has the drive to keep the entertainment industry wheel in South Africa rolling.
Yeah.
What's the oil that keeps it rolling?
Well, to be honest, Mohammed, earlier in my life, entertainment after Mothie passed on was my livelihood. That was the only source of income, plus my hair and beauty salon. And then as time went, besides that, you know, as I told you earlier on, if you have a passion for something, you will definitely do justice to it. And that's how my passion for music, I love music. And I also love promoting our, you know, entertainers and people who are struggling to get on the top. And if you read my inbox messages, you'll be surprised. The amount of, thank you, Auntie Pinky, thank you, Auntie Pinky. I'm so happy you settled me here, you did this for me. You know, there's so many. The only thing I say, thank you, you know, you deserve it.
Well,
So that is, I'm talking about entertainers and not with what I'm doing now.
at the age of 16, if my information is correct, you appeared on stage as a singer. I think it's Srusati and the Nightingales. That was a first moment. That was a defining moment, standing on stage and singing. Do you remember what song you sang?
Let me see. Well, Srusati and the Nightingale was the band that my brother was the band leader of, and all the musicians, they used to rehearse at my place in Nordeen. And that's where I started singing. But I used to sing with my dad, you know, in the ashram and stage. So my brother picked up my talent and he says, no, you know what, you have to sing with us with the band. Well, a bit of objection from my dad and all that. You know how they belong to old school. But I got into with my brother. I was safe. In those days, you see, because I didn't have a mom, my father was very protective over us. And very reluctantly, he agreed. And my debut, I would say, with the band, at that time, Srusati and the Nightingale was one of the top bands in Durban. And I can't really remember, but there was one song that rings a bell to me, was Nadane Jara. You know, it's one of the composition's own lyrics and stuff, but it really clicked with everybody. Everyone enjoyed me when I used to sing that song.
Does the song sometimes just come up and you sing
it?
Yeah.
Don't ask me to sing it.
I wasn't going to. In fact, I was, but just
no, not with my croaky voice.
Big M Productions. It's a family sort of a platform. Your son Rajiv is with you there. He's a bit of a celebrity himself. And I've watched him on stage, and he's been, you know, he's like the local.
Yes.
Are we going to be seeing more of such shows? And with that, I think you've sort of developed the concept into a community awards kind of a thing.
Yes.
How's that going? And what's the plans going forward?
Okay. Now that I will really enjoy answering this question. That's Big M Production was a turning point in my life. Because all the time it was D. Mothie or Pinky Mothie's production. And as Rajiv grew, he grew up, I don't know whether Rajiv was, he had 6 distinctions in metric. And I admit, I enrolled him in the university, and he was happy to be there. After the first semester, he says, Mom, this is not for me. And I thought to myself, well, 6 distinction, what is he going to do? What has he got in mind? And then he told me, I want to get into entertainment, marketing, and I want to do, you know, the things with modern technology. I really don't want to go and study. I said, okay, fine. If that makes you happy, you go for it. And that's when Big M Production came about. When Rajiv got more involved into modern technology and, you know, doing marketing for me, getting involved in my production, we changed the name to Big M Productions. And it became a business venture. No more, it wasn't a charity thing. So we are still running Big M Productions with, now as you mentioned, doing these awards, with Big M Productions, we have done numerous events where we applaud our women of today. One of the titles is Influential Women of the Year, which is an annual thing now from the time Rajiv joined in. And then we have the Arties Award. Well, the Arties Award started about 50 years ago. But since Rajiv came in, we have changed the concept to better the actual image of the Arties Award. So what we are doing now is actually Influential Women of the Year and Arties Award, which it became, now as I say again, with Rajiv's help, it's become worldwide. Everybody knows about it. It's a talk of everybody wants to get involved in these two projects, and it's doing very well. And as I say, coming back, you did mention, I think it was a family affair. Well, my whole family is involved in Big M production, and maybe not every day. During the day, I have my creative head, who is Fiona Pillay, and then I have Rajiv, obviously he's the head, and I have a PA who is Meera, and we carry on with our daily. There's a lot of work to be done in entertainment, especially when you're doing big events. And like the one we are doing, we're doing something in 2 weeks' time at Gold Reef City. And it's called Influential Women and Artists Award. It's on the 19th of December at Gold Reef City, 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Due to COVID, we made it 2 shows. And those shows now, I would say, done with the family. And the night of the show, you will just see the whole family getting together. One is my grandson is doing the effects, you know, backstage. He controls the whole show, both my grandsons. And then my daughters are on stage, Lina and Sarah. They are top compeers in the production. And the whole family knows, even my son-in-law is getting involved in this. And it's a lot of help. That's why when you mention family, well, obviously we must have our normal service providers and all the rest of it. But the main theme of the show is done with the family.
Absolutely. Just before we round off, I just want to get to that movie clip. We're gonna show a clip to our viewers in a moment.
Yes.
But the celebrities that you've met in the past, some of them, just tell us some of the most interesting.
Well, you're talking about celebrities in South Africa,
wherever,
or
whatever, internationally, locally.
Oh, no, there's
whoever.
numerous celebrities. Difficult for me to say everybody, but
And your favorite? Who would be your favorite then?
well, to be honest, Amitabh Bachchan is my favorite. I met him, I've got pictures with him, very humble. I met up with Shah Rukh Khan, I met up with Jackie Sharaf, all the movie stars in India. I've been communicating with, and my movie, by the way, the background playback singer is Shan himself. So we spent a lot of time with Shan, the playback singer, and he's the playback singer for my movie as well. So you can imagine what that's going to be like.
Well, fabulous. We wish you well, and I'm excited to see that movie.
No, I'll definitely invite you for the premiere.
Thank you very much for that. Pinky Mothie, it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure talking to you as well, Mohammed.
So thank you very much.
And thank you again for having me
You're
here.
welcome. You're welcome. There you have it. The struggle has been long and hard, and the shows have been great. Pinky Mothie spent the better part of her life with her family in changing the face of entertainment in the country. If you feel that you have what it takes to become an artist, go out there and audition. You will never know until you give it a shot. Tabloid Talk's Nanda Subhan calendar competition is still running until the 15th of December for our YouTube subscribers. Get your entries in. All you have to do is tell us what made Nanda so controversial. Post your answers in the comment section below. Next week, my guest is...
My passion is spreading joy and delight with the art of magic.
Okay, so now it's not just a paper rose, it's a floating paper rose.
Yes, indeed.
Am I allowed to touch it?
If you want to touch it, you can touch it.
I can.
Okay.
It's so cool.
Watch.
Oh,
There you
thanks,
go.
Lord.
Here's a fun way to upgrade a bank card from gold to platinum.